Hey, it's your boy Ron Big Black Garrett. Just wanted to come to you today. Went to the doctor, of course. Blah blah blah. Sound like a broken record. My blood work is better than an early 20-something-year-old. I've always told my wife that if something happened to me, if I had something happen to her, I passed on or whatever, I've always told her, I said, do not ever let people talk about keto. Never let them say, oh, it was the keto that killed him. No, it was in 50 years that I was eating all the standard American diet and all the crap that the doctors told me I should be eating, especially when I became diabetic. They had me eating sugar and crap. And when I say sugar, I'm talking about oatmeal, all these things that are healthy. They're not healthy. They raise your blood sugar. So when I cut all that stuff out, all of a sudden the inflammation's gone. HbA1c normal, blood sugar's normal, all that stuff is normal. And I get to eat steaks, butter, eggs, all this other stuff. And without even having to tell the doctor, he's like, wow, man, all your blood sugar, man, you must be taking good multivitamins. I rarely take vitamins. You must be doing this, doing that. I rarely do all those things. And it's funny because everything that they tell me to do, I don't do. I do the opposite most of the time, and I'm healthier than anything, you know? Cholesterol levels, normal. And I eat a ton of fat. I eat way more fat than anything. I just don't eat all the carbs. People don't realize in the absence of carbs, your body loves fat and your body runs better. It's more efficient. The only thing that was out of line on my blood work was my testosterone level. And it explains why I was tired. And most men around my age start getting that. I had a dealt pretty good when I was on keto for a long time, but I never did have that keto high everyone gets. I never had that super boost of energy. I had a boost in energy, but you got to remember I was 340 pounds and diabetic, so anything is an improvement. But and my doctor, this is another thing. Once I tell you this, I got to go back and tell you about the doctor. But he said that I could benefit from some hormone therapy, which I'm going to talk about with my wife in a little bit. And but I don't necessarily have to have it. He said the only thing is if you want to do it, it will give you more energy. But I'm still able to go lift weights and do all this. I am a little fatigued at times and feel like I have to take a nap every now and then. But it's not crazy, you know. The other thing that was wrong with me is that I had some ear issues, and that came from just swimming in some gunky water, I believe. So fast forward past all that, back to the doctor deal. But anyway, I'm healthy. And so if anyone tries to come up and say something happened to Ron and it's keto, no, it's them other 50 years that I was eating like crap. The doctor, it's funny. I accidentally stumbled upon a keto-friendly doctor here in this area. And it's funny because it's the Madison Family Care is the doctor that I used to go to. But when my doctor, Dr. Thomas, retired, and actually the person that she was partners with, I transferred over to her, and then she retired. So I left that practice and just started going solely to the VA for a while. And then I've tried other doctors, man, but it's just like I wasn't getting any better. That's when I was still sick all of the time. And so finally I just said, forget it, especially once I went keto, because every doctor I went to was trying to get me to get off keto. And I was like, no. I said, I tried it your way. I want to do it my way. And finally, I just get to the point to where I wouldn't tell them I was keto. I would just say, and this is a point for you guys. I put this out on another video. Quit going in there fighting with your doctor all the time. You know, your doctor's trying to do this, do that. You are the boss of that. If they're trying to put you on cholesterol medicine, you just tell them no. You know, or if you're not that brave, take the medicine and don't take it. Especially if it's not costing you anything, just take it and dump it. You know. He tried to give me diabetes medicine when I was on diabetes, and before I was keto, I wouldn't take it. I was like, I'm not taking that crap. So quit arguing with them, though. Go in and say that you are, you just cut out the sugar, you cut out all the crap food, you cut out all the junk food, and they'll just go, okay, well, that's good. You know, they're probably going to tell you to still eat the standard American diet, whole grains and all this. Just ignore that stuff, man. You ain't got to go in there fighting with your doctor. You can even go to a non-keto friendly doctor, but if you say the right words to them and don't try to fight them and prove to them that you know more than they do, because a lot of you do, and it's not that you're smarter than them or anything like that. They're doctors. Give them credit, man. That's a lot of work. But they are just trained in the normal standard American diet. And you just have to realize they're not going to come away from that easily. Having said that, I actually stumbled upon this doctor because I was getting my compensation for my VA redone. And because the VA had been screwing me out of what I was due as an American citizen, I mean, as a soldier. And so I wanted to get it redone. And the guy who was actually doing, I took a professional to do my paperwork, and I got it, got my raise, my increase. But he sent me to this doctor. And when I saw Madison Family Care, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm familiar with them. But I went in there, it's totally different. And I actually have a good friend who works there. Hey, Mary Melinda. Uh, but I went in there and I started noticing they had a lot of literature on LCHF. I started noticing that I looked back there, instead of all the prescription stuff they had back there, they had vitamins, supplements. And I'm not talking about the normal stuff. I'm talking about, you know, Himalayan pink salt infused stuff and stuff that I'm familiar with. I was like, oh, what's going on? So when I got in there, I talked to the guy, and Chad, and he said, what are you doing, man? I told him I had lost a bunch of weight and all this, and I started going through my standard spiel because I didn't want to be harassed by a doctor. And I told him I was keto. He said, oh, man, that's awesome. He said, we're very much in support of that here. I was blown away. I've been looking for a keto doctor since I started keto here. Actually, the VA is giving me a lot of headaches, but actually I have to give them credit, because had I not tried to redo my compensation, and it's because they frustrated me that God ended up sending me to this doctor, and now I have a keto doctor I can go to. So long story short, that's how I ended up. Now I have a keto doctor. So for all of you people out here that are interested in LCHF and all this other stuff here in this area, there is one. I was getting ready to sign up with Dr. Ken Berry, but I don't have to now, because I have a local doctor. I don't have to drive an hour and 40 minutes to see Dr. Berry now. But Doc, I'm still gonna meet you. But having said all that, that is what's happened today. And the only other thing that I want to talk about real quickly, I'm going to be putting out some videos. I was going to do it here, but I don't want to do it right now because I'm tired. I've been working some long shifts. That's another thing. I know some people that's frustrated with me. They've actually said, why don't you put more content out? Hey, this is not my life. I have a job that I love. It's my retirement job. I get up at 3 o'clock something in the morning, and even though I'm tired, I actually love going to my job. And I have a family that I love, and I have to spend time. I got a new grandkid on the way. By the way, if you haven't seen that video, go to my YouTube channel or my IGTV and or my Facebook page, and look up, and you will see me sitting up there tearing some meat up my wife had cooked, and my daughter surprised us that she's pregnant. Now you got to know before this that they had not planned on having kids for another 3 or 4 years. So that's where you need to start at. You need to know, and they were serious. They just last week when we were on vacay, we was in a restaurant and them kids crying. They were like, no, that's not going to be us for a while. But you got to check that out. It's hilarious because the brother ends up crying. They got me. I'm not a person. I'm very suspicious in nature. Grew up in the hood, so everything will kill you. So I'm very suspicious. I was so tired, so beat up from that week and that day. Had personnel shortages, stuff I had to deal with as a supervisor, and they got me good. Man, let me tell you, if you want to see a nice, ugly cry that'll make you laugh, and I don't mind you laughing about it, it's hilarious. I don't care if you share it. It's hilarious because they got me good, but it was so good because I feel redeemed from a lot of what I had to go through in childhood through my children. But now I'm going to be a poppy, So having said all that, let me get ready to close by saying this. I don't know what your journey is. I don't know where you are at in your journey, but I want to encourage you to keep on. If it ain't keto, find something that works for you. I believe in keto because I know what it's done for my life, and I know that a lot of the other opposite things out there are just temporary. Jenny Craig and all the Weight Watchers and all that. Hey, good. I'm glad you lose weight. But I know too many people that have done those things. I myself have been on some of those things and regained the weight. And I was never that healthy. So I'm praying for you. I love you. And I'll see you again next time. Peace.